How many challenges have you faced? I bet you haven't faced as many as the settlers did that traveled along the Oregon Trail. This is a story of the Oregon Trail by Jade, Jack, Lucas, Claire, and Kimmy in plain English. At first, the Oregon country was claimed by Russia, Spain, Great Britain, and the United States. Spain was the first to drop out. A few years later, Russia dropped out as well. That just left the U.S. and Britain. They agreed to a joint occupation for the time being. President James K. Polk originally wanted to have all of Oregon, but he did not want to start a war with Great Britain. So the two countries agreed to compromise a treaty that divided Oregon in half at the 49th parallel.
The manifest destiny was a dream of John O'Sullivan, and the dream was to extend the U.S. from sea to the shining sea. James K. Polk used this idea in his campaign speech, but he wanted the Oregon Territory to go 54-40 or fight. There would never be a fight because there was a diplomatic settlement and no blood was spilled. This was a dream that would help us to gain the Oregon Territory and start a new chapter in the manifest destiny. The Oregon Territory was located north of the Mexican Cession and west of Louisiana Purchase. Oregon Territory has many mountains and is filled with lots of rivers.
The Mountain Men were one of the first settlers to see what Oregon country was like. They gave us knowledge about the West that was very useful to the settlers. So when the settlers heard of information, thousands of pioneers packed up their lives and moved to the Oregon Territory.
People moved west because it was described as a pioneer's paradise. Settlers hoped to gain fortune, farmland, and a better life. The West was a place for fresh starts, raved the settlers that had already been there. In 1843, about 1,000 pioneers packed their belongings into covered wagons and headed for the Oregon Trail in pursuit of this pioneer's paradise. But this pioneer's paradise was no fun trip to get there. They had to walk 2,000 miles across rivers, mountains, and hot, unforgiving plains. They also had to go through tough, bitter, cold winters. There was also disease from the drinking river water, and there was danger from the animals like bears and snakes and the dreaded mosquitoes that carried disease. But in the end, it was all worth it because they got a fresh start and for others, a new home.